Hi, this is Ian Wright, and welcome to Saturday night live meditation, which is on Friday night, because I'm here today. And I'm going to talk about the heart, actually, today, and do a little meditation around the heart. And just while people come in, I'm going to talk about... I've just been actually preparing a lecture about, it's actually about treating post-COVID patients and talking about the inner linings of the blood vessels that can get affected and how to treat those, the endothelium, and looking at the heart. And I've just been treating actually someone distance who has had COVID and has had consequences, and just trying to work. And today we'll do a little meditation about it. And so I think really what happens is we start with, this is the formation of the heart actually, stillness. And the vascular system, when you're treating it, comes from a place of stillness. It's very interesting to engage with stillness, with the heart. And from stillness comes motion. So the blood is forming at the same time or slightly before the blood vessels. So the blood forms and it starts flowing, it starts trickling. This creates a flow. The flow takes direction and forms canals, and the canals form blood vessels. So from stillness is motion, is flow, is canalization, is blood vessels and tubes which enfold and become the heart. And the heart acts more as a flow regulator or a switching mechanism as opposed to a pump. And flow is regulated not by the heart, but by the needs of the capillary beds, actually right at the end of the vessels, where they're needed, where they're there to oxygenate the tissues. So it works very differently than how we learn it at school, actually, the heart, in terms of its embryological foundations. Anyways, that's the physiology, little physiology of that, the function of that. But actually I want us to talk about is the heart in a different way. The idea of coming from our heads into our hearts. So we spend so much of our time in our heads, and in order to come down, literally come down into ourselves and come from a place of heart, first of all, it can be painful, because it brings us into touch with the heart as an emotional center. An emotional center is very much what it is. People, you can feel things, you feel emotions in the heart, in the chest, in the center of your chest. Grief, fear, emotion, energy in motion. It's an energy center of emotion. And to come from our heads into our hearts is often a painful birth. It's a painful process. And there has to be a great deal of acceptance, self-acceptance and love in order to do so. And we have to be very delicate with it. We have to be soft with it. And that's what we're going to do. So at the end of this, we want to try, and because we live in this little part of us, which is this sort of taking in information processing, brain computer, we become disconnected from our feeling center, and our feeling center has to shout loud for us to engage. But if we can start to feel things out, as in you feel, well, if you say I think this, try turn it into I feel this. What do I want for dinner? Let me feel it out. Try and feel things, and feel things from, we can feel things from in different places, but from our heart is a beautiful way to start. So let's just do that. So close your eyes and relax, and we're going to just in order to feel our heart, we have to actually be in our body. And often we're not even in our brains, when we're out in our futures and our past and our thinking and in life, the craziness of life. So just close your eyes and tune into something soft in your heart. Can you feel the center of your chest and feel something that is quiet, something that is still in your chest? And just remember that the heart, as I said, is born from stillness. So the heart of it is stillness in your heart, and you can meet that. That quality is always there for you too. And from the stillness there is the most delicate, fluid freedom. And in order to meet our real center of ourselves, we have to be so delicate. With our sensory perception, we go very soft and meet that quiet place that's in us. And as we meet it, it meets us, because it is us, of course. So just sit and allow any feelings that come up from that, because it holds stuff and it's okay. And it's okay because we're meeting it with our most delicate sense. We're holding it almost. Just grow accustomed to that feeling sense of the heart. What does it feel like in there? And accept whatever comes up, whatever. Because we can feel great joy. And we can feel great sadness. And they're normally in there in equal portions, and it's fine. But behind those movements of joy, of sadness, of grief, is the quiet. It's like a quiet haven that's in you, that you can live in and be quietly safe. Just enjoy that quality and let any feelings, emotions come and go, and just let them process they can. Knowing behind that is that safe, quiet place. And your heart enjoys being acknowledged and being connected with like that, with your feeling sense. It really enjoys it, and it softens it and it quietens it. And the heart can be used to quieten overactive brain. So if you're, for example, a bit wired and you can't sleep, or just go to your heart, go to that quiet quality that's there in your heart, and wait there, and that will feed back through your vagus to actually calm the brain. It's like the heart-brain link, in the reverse to what you think. It goes both ways. And of course, our heart is where we connect with love. And so if we start to grow accustomed to being and coming from that as our center, not our brain, our heart, that quiet place in the center of us is where we come from. It changes our relationship to the world, to everything, everyone as well. Just enjoy that feeling. And it naturally gets warm and expand. There's a warm and expansive feeling that comes naturally from doing that. And it kind of breathes out, opens, expansion past us and out into the world of our connection to this internal quality of peace and natural love, actually a greater quality. And that literally expands out into the world. Wow. And it's a good way of taking care of your heart. So don't think your way through the evening, feel your way from that place and see what it does. It's certainly a warmer engagement, isn't it? I wish you well and your heart well, and have a beautiful evening, and we'll come back next week with something else.